Hi, we are Sonica and Christian. We're the founders of LoveWorks.
We have two conflicting needs, both in ourselves and in relationship. We would say one of those needs is for stability, security, coziness, familiarity, that which is the same.
Yeah, that feels safe.
We have a conflicting need as well for adventure and newness and excitement and something different where we get to feel expanded and energized as we engage with the mystery of life.
Yeah, that's the kind of the dangerous, exciting parts of relationship and life.
When we have too much of one or the other, it doesn't always work in relationship.
When we have too much familiarity, safety, intimacy, we tend to get bored and want to spice it up, enliven ourselves. When we have too much adventure and danger and uncertainty, we flip out. It's too unsafe and we can't rest in ourselves.
Right, we tend to get really scared. So in relationship, it's really important that you and we pay attention to the dance between these two conflicting needs, because we can fall more easily, usually, into the familiarity section of things, where it's just really, it's easier to just stay home and do the same patterns we've always done.
I know. We were talking to a group of people in our mastery program about, why we often don't take an action because we don't feel like it. There's a lot of things we don't feel like. And this is kind of confusing because often in our culture, we're trained to, and we aim for, just follow your feeling, follow your gut, do what feels right to you. But often when we get into kind of a rut where it's like almost too stable and routinized, if you could say that, then what we feel like is just the same.
So it takes something to go against that tendency of habit and staying in the familiar. It takes being uncomfortable and actually going against what our feelings are telling us.
Yeah, so we talk to so many, both couples and singles, who say, well, we don't have a lot of intimacy because we don't feel like it. I'm not in the mood for it. Or, I don't get myself out to go date or go to groups and meet people because, I don't really feel like it. But that ends up removing the kind of the impetus or the oomph that we need to go where we need to. For example, to have intimacy with each other.
Yeah, one of the biggest made the decision to take action whether I felt like it or not. We make love sometimes because we need it, not necessarily because we feel like it. Right? We exercise, not necessarily because we feel like it, but because we need it. It's good for us. And it actually gives us way more energy on the other side than it does on this side when we kind of are going through the hurdle of, moving through the discomfort and inertia.
Yeah, it's wise to make sure we have quality time, to make sure we have time to have intimacy and lovemaking. It's wise to make sure we have a budget for our finances.
And
whether we feel like it or not.
If we were going to give you anything out of this little video, is to play with this idea of not necessarily having your feelings be the leader of the actions you take in life, but rather have your vision of who you want to be and what you want to create also dictating what you do, which in turn affects more positively how you feel in the long run.
Yeah, think about what does it provide for you in the end when you exercise, when you make sure you have quality time, when you get yourself out there and meet new people. What does it provide for you? And lead with that.
I heard a great quote today that we'll end with, "It's only impossible until it's done." So
yes.
Just do it, whether you feel like it or not.
Yes. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.